What's going on? What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to the show. Say what? Say it again, man. I got a real special guest with me today, man. It's not every day, you get NBA royalty, you get NBA players or, ex-NBA players or however you want to look at it on the show, man. So I'd like to welcome to the show, CJ Carter. What's going on, CJ?
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. It's a pleasure.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I know I know your schedule is crazy, so you even making time to be here is great for me. I know y'all got out of practice. Probably just about 30 minutes to an hour ago, right? So
man, just stay in the lab, man, as much as possible, my brother. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. So, man, we're gonna get this started, man. So I kind of want to give the people a little bit of insight on you, man, real quick. A little bit of background information. I did a little bit of research.
Good.
You can find almost anything these days online.
Absolutely. Thanks to the people of Google, stuff like that.
Oh, most definitely. I was talking to a young lady on LinkedIn, and I know this is kind of off subject, but I was talking to a young lady on LinkedIn. She played at NC State for 4 years, and me and her were just kind of bantering back and forth, conversation back and forth, and I said, man, let me Google her. So I Googled her. I'm like, wow, like she was nice. Like I'm talking about led the team in scoring 2 or 3 years. Was all ACC, you know what I mean? Like, I told her, I said, hey, why you never mentioned it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She was, how you find out that? I said, hey, Google. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
Yeah. So, CJ is from Omaha, Nebraska, right?
No, not me. That might be someone else.
You're not from Omaha, Nebraska?
What? No.
Where you from?
The Charlotte, North Carolina area.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. They got a different CJ Carter.
It might be a different guy.
It's a dude named CJ Carter that wow, that's crazy. So you say you from the Charlotte, North Carolina area?
Yeah. My mom moved down there my freshman year of high school, and
okay, so where you went to school at?
North Mech.
North Mech, okay.
Yeah,
see, it's crazy because I'm from North Carolina as well. Everybody that does our show is from North Carolina. We're all from I'm actually from North Carolina. They're from somewhere else, but they live in North Carolina. Okay. But I'm from Fayetteville. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you ever heard of Westover High School?
Westover
High School. You probably heard of. I know you heard of. You from North Mecklenburg. I know you heard of like Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond County. Yeah, we're probably like 45 minutes to an hour from there.
Well, one of my best friends, a guy by the name of Marcus Melvin, is from.
Okay, he went to Douglasbury. Yes, I know. Yeah. I know Marcus Melvin. Yeah. He played at NC State.
Yeah, Marcus is one of my closest friends on earth, man. So
okay.
Brothers and
small. It's very small. Yeah, we have a few guys that played in the NBA. Well, I say a few guys like it's a bunch. We have Dennis Smith Jr. He currently plays for the Knicks. Yeah. He's from Fayetteville, and we have Eric Maynor.
Yeah, he made.
VCU. Yep, went to VCU. Uh-huh. So where did you play your college ball at?
Yeah, I went to JUCO in Kansas.
Okay. JUCO in Kansas.
Johnson County Community College. Went there. We won a national championship there.
Okay, that's up the road, right? You say you went to JUCO in Kansas. I'm sorry. I'm tripping.
It's in Kansas.
In Smith. I think it's in Smithfield. It's a Johnston County. There's one of them. Yeah. So one of them. My fault. Okay, we on the same page. Gotcha.
So I went to JUCO in Kansas for a year, and then ended up going to school in Mississippi, in Starkville, Mississippi, at Mississippi State University.
Okay.
And did that whole shebang there. And so,
man, I feel kind of bad because I did all this research on the wrong person. Like I feel, oh man, like
okay.
I guess it's a rookie mistake, man. Chalk it up to that. You know what I mean? But I researched some dude named CJ Carter. But anyways, I just get to say you say you played at Mississippi State. So why'd you choose to go there? Was that one of the few offers you had, or that's just where you wanted to go?
No, it was more so based off of just the reality of, thinking that was going to be the closest thing and the best thing for me as far as how to get from going, to one place to showcase my talents fast enough to get to the league. And, I'm not going to piddle paddle and say I was at school for my education or no other reason than basketball. Showcase get your league.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It worked though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You got there. You know what I mean? You was on the main stage. So I mean,
yeah.
it most definitely worked. It's a lot of guys that kind of go into it with that mindset and it don't work. So you know what I mean? But it's great that it did work. That just goes to show you your determination, your effort, and you know what you've been doing. So you know, I know you've been in the CY. How long you been in the CYM league?
It's probably been maybe a couple months at this point.
Okay.
Quite honestly.
So how'd you find out about it?
Actually, I got a phone call. I'd say at this point, probably about 3 months ago. And man, I got a phone call, and it was from one of the guys, and he was basically like, "Hey, man, I know you, you know, and all sorts of stuff. I know you're home still, you know, a buddy of mine. I think you know him. He's running the CYM program.
Okay,
and,
Matthias.
Yes, and
okay,
he was talking about Mathis.
Matthias Crowder, yeah, Mathis Crowder,
and
yeah.
He was talking about him, and they was like, man, they just like you to come by, play in a game or so, and just kind of give back if you can. Just show the younger guys how to play the game the right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and with that, you said showing them how to play the game the right way. You most definitely been showing them, man, because you know, I know the first game, you know, I've been covering the league since I want to say about week 5 or week 6.
Okay.
And I remember the first game I seen. I said, man, this dude, Damian Durham, Balza, and Jetpack J, y'all were like the first 4 people that kind of stood out to me, and I was just like, wow, like these dudes could play. You know, I was on the phone arguing with some friends of mine earlier, and they're like, man, they do, you know, some of these dudes I hear, you know, they're speaking in general, like they could play, but you know, I know if I got on, I'm like, dude, you gotta understand, these dudes are professionals. Like they play basketball for a living. Like the worst player in the NBA or somebody that's like, you know, G League or overseas or whatever would come to your local gym and whoop the average person's behind. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're gonna fry some guys up.
most definitely, yeah. And that's what I be trying to tell guys. You know, I got a homie. He's always like, man, you know, he'll say somebody. You know, I ain't gonna say the person's name, but he'll say like particular names, like, you know, this person plays in the NBA. But I'm like, I get the cooking on them. You know, they might kill me, but I'm gonna cook back. I'm like, man, nah. I said, bro, it don't work like that. But you know, I just wanted to go over your like your last 5 game stats, man. You know, like your last 5 games. I know one of the weeks you didn't play because there was some issues with the floor, and they only played 1 game, and I don't think you played it. But I know y'all had a game just Saturday, like just a couple of days ago, Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, tough loss. Good.
Yeah, you had 15 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah,
and then the 2 weeks before that, you actually had the same identical stats. You had 23 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, so you know what I mean. And then that's week 10, week 9, week 8 you had 19 points, and then week 7 you had week 7 you had 18 points. But yeah, man. So this talk to me about the league. How's it going so far?
It's been fantastic. It's you know, Ty, man, the thing about it in this situation for a guy like myself, obviously, right? This is now year 12 for me, and I look at it as an opportunity to pay my dues to the game because the game never cheated me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I see these young men and they're all just super exuberant and they love the game and all this other stuff, the first thing I want to do is find a way to give back to them.
Yeah.
So that when their time comes and an opportunity that they're looking for happens, they won't be a deer in the headlights, kind of like I was at first in some of those moments because I didn't have someone kind of, you know, prep me for this moment or prep me for that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at least you've heard it before at that point, if that makes any sense. And so it's all about giving back, especially to, you know, people that look like yourself and myself.
Most definitely.
I don't know if across the board we have as many consistent, I don't even want to use the word role models, but just people in leadership positions that don't have an objective themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That truly just off the strength of their own merit want to help ascend everyone so that we're all elevated, if that makes any sense. And that's
it makes a lot of sense because I say the same thing in this field, like in what we do in journalism, and you know, all this, like, you know, you meet so many people, and I guess you would call them like the gatekeepers.
Exactly.
or whatever. And some people get in their position and they're like, man, I'm not trying to help nobody else. But I've been fortunate to be around guys that's in higher positions than me, and they're able to grab me and pull me up, say, hey, young fellow, or, hey, this and that, you should do this or you could do that. Like you said, man, just being able to hear it and helping you, because like I said, it's something that you didn't particularly have, you know what I mean? So you being a great role model for those guys. So, obviously what everybody wants to know about is the NBA. What's the NBA really, really like?
Yeah, oh man, it's a bunch of it's like everything you can think of, but it's then everything that you have to see for yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
It's its own brotherhood. There's a language, like actual lingo and communication to that. Ty. It's like surreal at the same time, because you go from being a guy like myself, right? I watch basketball thoroughly throughout my day, constantly, right? And when I'm not in the gym, I'm watching something or reading up on something or something basketball related. Yeah. So, whether it's a college basketball situation or an NBA situation, as a kid, I was always tuned in. So before you know it, you're in this situation, and these guys you've been watching on TV all this time, all of a sudden become the guys you got to guard in order to solidify your situation. You know what I mean? So what? And it happens like that.
So who was the first person you kind of stood across from or you played against and you were like, I guess the correct word would be starstruck. Like you seen him and you was like, wow, like I seen this person play, and then I'm on the court with him, or I'm on a team with him, or something like that.
Yeah. The first time I was kind of like, oh man, it probably. The first time I'm gonna say, it'd probably have to be 2010. Just being in that situation with so many just vet guys there. You're talking about, I was here in Dallas at the time, and that was Dirk, J Kidd, Jason Terry.
Oh, okay. So you on
Tyson Chandler,
you on a team with legends.
Sean Marion.
yeah. You on the team with some Hall of Fame, Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah.
Let's see who else was on that squad. Good God, it was so many guys, man. Oh goodness, Peja Stojakovic was on that squad.
Oh wow, Peja was on that team.
Man, it was a lot of guys, and before you know it, you like, man.
Devin Harris probably was on that team too, right?
Nuh-uh.
He wasn't on the team. Okay, he wasn't on the team. He probably was in It might have been New Jersey by that time.
He was with the Nets. I think
he was with the Nets. Okay,
at the time.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and so it was one of those moments where it's like Caron Butler was on there, Deshaun Stevenson.
Oh, okay, Caron Butler, Deshaun Stevenson. Okay, got you.
And so you just like, every day you're gonna learn something.
Yeah.
But you also still want to, put your best foot forward. And I'd already been in some situations where that youthful exuberance I had was kind of the thing that worked against me necessarily. I'd been in Oklahoma City, I'd been in Phoenix, and trying to be that young guy, just trying to like push through a door instead of learning from my older guys on how to operate, the situation. It kind of caught up with me. So I just wanted to, in this situation, let the older guys, the veteran guys, kind of teach me the tricks of the trade. So that's where I got a chance to build a really solid relationship with Jason Kidd, with Sean Marion, and the list goes on after that. And it was fun. It was super fun, actually.
So I know one thing I always see when I watch different shows, they always talk about like the rookie hazing. Like, are they like as hard as they are on TV? Like, my bags, this or do that, or go give me this, go give me that. Is it really like that?
Yeah. So I had so there was a what's the name of that place? There's a coffee place that does like donuts and like coffee and tea.
Similar to like a Dunkin' Donuts or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember having to go get every single morning for like 3 weeks straight, coffee, tea, and donuts for 9 other people, and I had to memorize it, so I couldn't go in there and like look at my phone. I had to remember it was part of my life. So I had to memorize each one for each person. It was really bad. And I messed up a couple of times and I had to go back. Still no paper and pen. It was
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like
it was tough. It was tough, dude. But it was just off the love. It's just paying your dues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really take value in being like, man, I'm so glad I don't ever have to do this again. Somebody else can do it.
Yeah, because I remember watching what year was it? Is it 08, I think? I want to say it was the 08 Olympics. I remember watching that, like the documentary, and I remember Chris Paul, he had like I can't remember who it was, but you know, he was at the time, he was like a veteran. I think he'd been in the league for a few years. And no, was it? No. I remember Jason Kidd had like, you know, the younger guys, because you know he's the veteran. I remember him having the younger guys carrying his stuff, like, hey man, you know, grab my bag. I'm not me and Kobe, we ain't carrying nothing. Like y'all carrying everything, like, you know what I mean? RP Kobe, who's actually one of my favorite players. But who's somebody that you know, coming up that you kind of, you know, I guess we would say modeled your game after, or someone that you kind of looked at their game and say, you know, our games are kind of similar, or I can, you know, I feel like I can kind of do some of the same thing they do, or you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as a younger guy or whatnot, I just, you know, my dad was kind of, you know, if you're not gonna, he's one of those, like, if you're not gonna be great, like ultimately great at whatever you do, don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. Don't waste everyone else's time. So, you know, I always watched the best. And so I always watched MJ. I studied Mike crazy. And then as Kobe began to elevate and, of course, you know, do his thing, I was a big MJ, Kobe, at the time, Vince Carter kind of guy. So those guys that kind of played like the two-guard position really well, like mid-post area, you know, really good off the bounce, was athletic, those kind of guys, because that was me. I had really big hands, long arms. I'm really athletic. You know what I mean? And so that was what I kind of knew was going to be my claim to fame. And as I got older, it just kind of stuck. And that's the way I play, actually.
So I know you spent a little time in the G League. Well, I don't know if you spent, but you know, I know you spent some time in the G League. How was that for you? How's that experience like for someone that's never been there before? Kind of give me like an insight or your perspective on what it's really like a day I guess like a day in the life, or kind of like what would a day be like in the G League or on the team there?
That's crazy, because at the end of the day, you know, the G League is full of a bunch of different guys, though, right? Like you have some guys that are there strictly on assignment from a specific team.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Then you have some guys that are there just praying, just holding on every day, wishing like that this day is not the day they get sent home. You know what I'm saying? And just looking for an opportunity. And so you get a vast array of talents, basketball IQs. I mean, the whole nine. The coaches are even trying to elevate themselves to go up to another level. So everyone's there trying to grind daily. And like I said, I went to junior college. So the G League kind of reminds me of junior college, where everyone's just trying to go to the next level and go from there. But I mean, you could have, like, I remember my first year in the G League. It was the D League at the time. And I mean, I had, I'd say, about 6 or 7 5+ year NBA vets on my team. You know what I mean?
Dang.
From Antonio Daniels and Sean Williams.
Okay, yeah. I know them. Yep.
Yeah, Therese Gaines and Rashad McCants. Joe
Alexander. Rashad, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just, you know, it just was a lot of different perspectives. You know what I mean? Some guys was pulling up in a you know, $200,000 car to practice, and some guy was trying to take a, you know, cab to practice. It just, you know, it's about that. You know what I'm saying? And so what you actually have to do, at least in my situation, I did, was just be a sponge to it all, my friend. You know what I mean? Just take in and learn as much information, because where else would you get this much knowledge?
Yeah, that's
you know
what
I mean? And be able to charge it to the game, basically, because of the fact that these guys are all here. You know what I mean? And this accessible. So, you know, Rashad and I ended up becoming close friends. And I was able to talk to him every second of the day of all days. You know, we shared an apartment together. So I just learned and learned and learned and learned and learned and learned. And before you know it, you can apply that once that situation is over and become a whole different animal.
Yeah. That it's crazy that you mentioned that. You know, not that I'm trying to compare the two, but I know the CYM is sort of similar as far as like you got guys that like you got teenagers that that's still in high school that's going to prep academy. You got guys such as yourself, NBA veteran. You said year 12. You got some guys that's might have played JUCO, D2, D1. Oh, you got. So I know it's even a couple of guys that played in the super leagues overseas. That you know what I mean. And you even got I know it's a 7-footer. I can't remember his name, but you even got you got a 7-footer down there. I mean, so it's like you have such a big mix.
Yeah.
And with the G League, man, it's crazy that you mentioned that. I never even thought about that, like the wide range of players that you got. Like you said, you have
Absolutely.
5 or 6 NBA NBA veterans. You had guys that's hungry, like that's just got there, and like I know people kind of say overseas. I know a buddy of mine, he played overseas for a while, and he was saying like you'll have guys because a lot of the teams they can only have 2 or 3 imports on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that a lot of the teams that they you play games over the weekend. You might have you might play good Friday and Saturday, have a bad Sunday, and you out of there. You know what I mean? So is the G League kind of similar to that?
Yeah.
Where you see a guy today, and then tomorrow, you're talking to somebody today, and then tomorrow you're like, where such and such go? He gone.
Can't make stuff I wanted to. I can't make stuff I wanted to, even if I tried. David Wesley used to be the assistant coach or whatnot for.
I remember David Wesley.
Team. Yeah, and so for the Texas Legends at the time, I remember one day at practice or whatnot, David Wesley we were warming up. We got just finished with the player development part of practice. It was like what you do before practice actually begins. You know what I mean? And so I remember we're about to finally get ready to do like a little quick speed game, which is basically like you 5-on-5 for like 3 minutes. Just run through the sets that you have. Obviously, it's going to be competitive, keep a score the whole 9. You know what I mean? And so I remember him stopping and was like, "Hey, what's your name over here?" And he asked another guy, "What's your name?" He's like, "Man, every day we get some new guys here." And he stopped. He was like, "Man, I can't keep with these names. Just every day we got another guy, and he's all NBA guys." And at the time or whatever, I was just like, "Yeah, I don't," As when you see a dude yesterday, he's gone, and they're like, "Yeah, he left yesterday, man. He didn't want to wait any longer. He finally went overseas. He didn't want to wait. I'm gonna call up. He's gone." And then before you know it, it's 2 guys that came down, and one guy stayed for 2 weeks, another guy stayed for 2 days.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of I know the beginning part of what you said. It kind of reminds me of high school football, like the first couple of days where they take the tape, they put the tape on the back of your helmet, and they write your name on it because there's so many guys you don't know who's who. So it's like, "Hey, you, Ray, come here." You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know what I mean? I've been here for a couple of days, but yeah, this that's crazy, man. Like it's a lot of things you saying, and because obviously I've never even came close to being on a high school roster. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a lot of stuff I didn't even think of. Like, I know that has a lot to do with it, but at the same time, I wrote an article the other day. Sometimes I think we're too tough on NBA players, like, because at the end of the day, y'all still human. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes, us, especially as media, as journalists or whatever, man, we're so tough on these guys. And a lot of us, we ain't played a lick of nothing. Probably couldn't even make a high school team right now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just tough. I know that's the nature of the game. You know what I mean? But, I'm all for, we have to be realistic too. You know what I mean? As far as going forward. But, man, it was great having you on today, man. Like, you really opened up my eyes to a lot of different things that's going on. Now I can go back and I can tell people, "Hey, man, look, I talked to an NBA player." Other than, obviously I've seen Dennis before and I've seen Eric before. I don't really know them.
Right.
But I've seen him before. So in closing, man, I guess trying to get my thoughts together. I gotta do better. Where can the people see you guys play at, man? I know y'all play online. I know it's Creating Young Minds. .org. So that's one way they could see you play. Ustream. What's your social media handles, man? So if anybody wants to kind of follow you on social media, I'm gonna write it down in the comments.
Okay, cool. I don't have anything else at this point other than Instagram. I try to stay really just a little bit more,
I
selective at this
completely
point.
understand.
You know what I mean? I was at one point all over the place. I had them all.
Yeah, I had everything too, except I had Snapchat, but my wife kind of gave me that look like.
Yeah.
I said no more Snapchat.
Yeah. I decided to get away from everything but Instagram, so I deleted everything. I might even deleted my Instagram, but I started another one. So on Instagram, always, anytime anyone needs anything, man, I'm a message or a mention or something away from communicating or whatnot. On my handle, I think it's at the CJ Carter, the CJ Carter. But yeah, man, I love the opportunity, that we always have.
I said that like
contact and just go from there.
I said that like I don't follow you and I can't you know what I mean? But it sounds better when you say it. I'm just saying.
It's part of the questions.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a what's the name? But it's
we follow each other, so it's not.
Yeah, we follow each other most definitely. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna write it down in the comments for the people, man, so they'll know. And before you leave, man, I kind of want to there you go, right there. The CJ Carter. Okay. Yeah. The CJ Carter. All right. And before you leave, man, I kind of want to read off, kind of shout out to CYM, man, for making all this happen, man. Like I said, yes. Matthias Crowder and Miss Shira Ackerman, man.
Yes.
They're such great. They take good care of you guys, man. It seems like, from the outside looking in, I'm not there, but, it just seems like they take such good care of you guys and they really care, man. And, that anytime I reach out to them, I'm always able to get in touch with Ms. Shira, and she always responds back immediately. So I truly do appreciate that. Really so for Instagram, you can find them on CYM.Louisville Leopards. Twitter is CYM Basketball. Facebook is CYM B-Ball. And on LinkedIn, it's Shira Ackerman, Matthias Crowder, and Creating Young Minds, man. Like he said, man, they're really doing something good. Not only do they play basketball, but I see where you're in the community, where for Christmas and Thanksgiving, y'all were handing out gifts and feeding the homeless. And it's just different things like that, man. And that's so great because you got a lot of leagues and a lot of organizations that don't do that type of stuff, man. And it's just great that y'all are able to give back to the community. And like you said, man, I really appreciate what you're doing for the younger guys that's in the CYM organization, man, because you give them a bit of stability and a bit of, having someone to kind of look up to and say, hey, man, if I keep grinding, I could do that's like exactly CJ, I could go play in the league. Yeah,
exactly right. Exactly right.
So most definitely, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Anytime you want to come back, you got my email address or, get up with Miss Ackerman, man, Mrs. Ackerman, and just let me know and we'll figure out a way to get you on, man. All right.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. You guys always do a good work. I've checked out all of the different episodes, man. You guys are, man, awesome, man, super hilarious, man. Let the guys know, man. I give my best. All right.
I got you. And then what I need you to do is when you come back home to Charlotte, let me know. And I need you to cook one of the guys on the show because he got a real big mouth. His name is Avery. What is it? Avery Graves. He got a real big mouth.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I need you to come to the gym with your shorts on. I'm gonna take care of everything else. I just want you to cook them. All right.
Is he in Charlotte, Ty?
He in Fayetteville. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kidnap him. I'm gonna bring him to Charlotte just so you could cook him. Then I'll drop him back off at his house. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna you know what I mean? We're gonna call it the cook show. You know what I mean? We worldwide, you know what I mean? We worldwide with it. We come down there to Charlotte, man. You know what I mean? And we go wherever, Raleigh, Charlotte, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bring them to you, cook them up, and then we'll go from there. All right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is CJ Carter, man. Check him out in the Undiscovered League. Also, you can find him on Instagram, the CJ Carter. So hey, man, just holler at us, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
I'll see you Saturday playing, man. All right.
All right. Take care. God bless.
All right. You too.